Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 10 o'clock news on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Jeanelle Slade. President Trump says he wants to simplify the tax code and reduce your taxes. Today, the president unveiled a framework in which Trump claims most people will be able to do their taxes on one sheet of paper. President Trump has released his long-awaited plan to overhaul the nation's tax code, but it's still unclear if the eventual bill will pass bitterly divided Congress. CBS's news correspondent Weijia Zhang has the latest.
This is a once-in-a-generation opportunity.
President Trump traveled to Indiana Wednesday, vowing to provide historic tax relief for hardworking Americans.
We are going to bring back the jobs and wealth that have left our country, and most people thought left our country for good.
The president's pitch came just hours after Republicans rolled out their blueprint to reform the tax system. It calls for slashing the corporate tax rate from 35% to 20%. It also simplifies the tax code by reducing the 7 current income tax brackets to 3, 12%, 25%, and 35%. The president needs a major legislative victory to get his agenda back on track after health care failed. He's even eyeing support from Democrats who so far are not on board.
The top rate on the wealthiest comes down, and the bottom rate on working class families goes up. What kind of plan is this?
Republicans argue that doubling the standard deduction and boosting the child tax credit will lower working class taxes.
It's about bigger paychecks, it's about more jobs, it's about a fairness system in our tax code.
Congress still needs to work out the specifics of the legislation, so it's still unclear how much it would cost. But analysts warn the plan could reduce government revenue by $2 trillion or more over the next 10 years. Weijia Zhang, CBS News, the White House.
Vice President Pence is in Michigan and Wisconsin Thursday to hold a variety of political and tax reform events. Now, the president's plan is getting full support from the Republican congressional delegation here in Montana. Representative Greg Gianforte says one positive change for Montana is the elimination of the death tax, something that makes turning over the family farm to the next generation a fiscal challenge. He also says most people and businesses will get a break.
Working families across Montana are going to be able to keep more of their hard-earned money, and small businesses are going to see about a 40% drop in their taxes. I think this is a good thing. We put this money back into the economy. We're going to see more jobs for all Montanans.
Senator Steve Daines says the plan is a step in the right direction to creating jobs and will ignite a sluggish economy. And Senator Jon Tester is cautious, but does see some things he likes. His biggest concern is adding more debt for future generations. You can read more detail about the tax proposal at ktvq.com. A politically charged post on the Ringling Bar Facebook page is getting a lot of attention today. The owner of the bar, located south of White Sulphur Springs, stands behind his post. It criticizes NFL players who take a knee during the national anthem to protest police brutality. Q2's Asia Gore spoke with the bar owner today and joins us now with what he had to say. Asia.
Jeanelle, when I spoke with Ringling Bar co-owner Kurt Beckerman, he doubled down on his statement, saying his bar doesn't need business from those who disagree with him. Here's what he wrote on the bar's Facebook page, quote, "The Ringling Bar will no longer show any NFL games. This will allow us to air the PBR, rodeo, and NASCAR events whose competitors are true Americans." The post has received hundreds of comments and shares many of the comments in support of Beckerman's decision. The post stems from some NFL players' decisions to take a knee during the national anthem in protest of police brutality. President Trump called on the players to be fired, and Beckerman echoed that sentiment, saying professional football players owe this country their career. Beckerman stands behind his beliefs and says he's not afraid to lose business.
I would not care if non-Americans didn't patronize the place. I bet you wouldn't see any farmers or ranchers in our whole country take a knee such as these guys do. I bet you couldn't find one. They appreciate what our great nation has given them. That's the least you could do to give thanks to our country, is stand and respect our flag and the anthem.
Beckerman said he has not received any calls about the post and the issue has stayed on Facebook. Jeanelle?
All right, thanks, Asia. Now you can go to our Q2 Facebook page right now and weigh in for yourself. Well, as it turns out, the solar eclipse last month had more viewers than the last Super Bowl. The University of Michigan released its new report Tuesday, finding 215 million adults viewed the solar eclipse in August. That's nearly double the amount of viewers for NFL's biggest game. The report found 20 million people traveled somewhere away from home to check it out. Wyoming tourism officials recently noted more than 1 million of those people visited the Cowboy State to watch from the path of totality. About 154 million Americans viewed the eclipse as it happened. Another 61 million people watched it electronically. On a scale of 1 to 10, viewers rated the eclipse a 7.6 level of enjoyment. And Bob McGuire joining us now to tell us we might be lucky enough to catch a glimpse of the northern lights tonight.
Yeah, that's especially true, especially the farther north you go, if you get away from the city lights tonight. It starts when we have a solar flare kind of cough up from the sun, and that solar flare will then interact with the Earth's magnetic field lines, and then what happens, these energized charged particles will follow the magnetic field line down to both poles, causes the gases at both poles to glow, and depending on how strong that solar flare is, it kind of depends on what we're going to see and how far south it goes. Now you'll notice if you're in Salt Lake City, you're not going to see too much of it, but I think there's at least a possible chance we could see northern lights tonight in southern Montana and northern Wyoming. A real good chance, probability of a really good chance in the northern Montana, but your best chance to see the northern lights is going to be somewhere in central Canada, probably around like maybe Edmonton or something like that. But really, I think tonight after midnight till about 4 a.m., we could possibly see the northern lights right here in the Billings area. We'll have the rest of your weekend forecast coming up in a few more minutes.
I don't think we'll have time to get there, Bob, but to Canada, that is. Thank you. This week, women with a passion for agriculture are meeting in Billings for the Women Stepping Forward in Agriculture Conference. In tonight's Montana Ag feature, Russell Nimitz brings us the story about some of the hardworking women in agriculture.
This is a premier conference for us and involves women of all backgrounds in agriculture and all walks of life.
Now in its 16th year, the conference's mission has always been to empower women involved in all sectors of agriculture.
The thing that keeps bringing me back is all the great women in ag. We need to stand together, and just the great friendships and the networking opportunities. There's not a whole lot of women in ag, so it's great to connect.
It's this networking and making new friends that are helping to ensure the success of our farms and ranches across our region.
Really helps us to learn something new and to have the opportunity to visit and know that we're not in it alone.
Staying connected with each other is important for these ladies who attend this conference, but staying connected with the issues is too.
Some people don't realize that in most cases, or some cases, it's really the women that kind of run the show in the background.
And the planning committee really does work hard to ensure that the program each year is filled with lots of learning opportunities.
Really the opportunity and the premier area to be able to network, collaborate, meet new people, and get top-notch speakers and women in business.
Women have always played a very important role in agriculture, and that's why it's so cool to have a conference now like this one that's designed specifically for them. Reporting from the Women Stepping Forward for Agriculture Conference here in Billings, I'm Russell Nimitz, MTN News.
Thanks, Russell. And Russell tells us for those who missed out on this year's conference, you can join them next year, October 2nd through the 4th, again right here in Billings. A new building at MSUB will help Native American families and provide a family atmosphere for students away from home. Chancellor Ron Larson and others in the MSUB administration joined in on the ribbon cutting today. What was once a daycare center on Normal Avenue is now the William R. Lowe Native American Achievement Center. Singing and dancing added to today's celebration for a center that will help students with school and with life on campus.
It's your home away from home. Everyone there seems like family, and it's good to have that, you know. I'm lucky that I have my family here in Billings, but not every student is, and I hope to be family for someone who doesn't have their family here.
We all have a vested interest in the success of a family, and the professional people here in Billings that work with the Native community, we are like a family, and we all know each other on a first-name basis. So we really help each other be successful.
Now, the program used to be located in a smaller space on campus and was called the American Indian Center. Reno Charette says with more space and a backyard, the new center will help with several programs, including Indigenous learning. Well, some breaking news tonight. Playboy founder and publisher Hugh Hefner has died. The magazine released a statement on Twitter tonight telling the world of the 91-year-old's death. The World War II veteran was born in Chicago in 1926. He started Playboy from his kitchen in 1953, and its centerfold featured a nude Marilyn Monroe. Hefner also championed civil rights and rights for same-sex couples. Playboy Enterprises says he passed away peacefully at his home. Still to come on tonight's 10 o'clock news, 143 million people affected, and many are fighting back against a massive Equifax data breach. Plus later, this gourd could make quite a few pumpkin pies. And in sports, West Joey Moore earns a record-setting golf championship today. Scott, here's from your repeat winner.
You're watching MTN News with Jay Cohn and Jeanelle Slade. Storm Tracker weather with Bob McGuire. And sports with Scott Green.